saying a 21-year-old Daniel Priestley and you're in 2025, what are the fundamental moves you'd be making? I can guess a couple of things. You'd definitely be making content.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You'd be climbing the podcast pyramid to build more and more leverage and reputation, etc. Are there any other big life decisions?
Big stuff. So the key is the big opportunity is build a personal brand next to an elegant business model. That's everything. If you build the personal brand, it doesn't have to be a massive personal brand. If you've got 5 to 50,000 followers within a high value niche, if you're seen as a key person of influence in a high value niche, that's enough of a personal brand to make 7 figures. If you've got an elegant business model, you can sell to anyone in the world, you can communicate your value to anyone in the world. That's some of the stuff with an elegant business model. So essentially, those are the 2 pillars. If you're not financially successful or where you want to be at the moment, you want to look at building a personal brand and attaching that personal brand to the right business. Those are the 2 steps. So ultimately, if I was 21, I'm trying to build my personal brand, I'm trying to attach that brand to a great business. That's the key to capital. It's the key to talent. It's the key to customers. So it's that personal brand on a scalable business. You look at every single person who's succeeding right now, they're focused on just those 2 things.
Why don't people do that? When they hear you say all of that, why is it that they then don't do it? And those people agree. So they're sat at home now, they go, yeah, I get it. I believe the foundations you laid are perfect, make sense, and they still don't.
I'll tell you why. Years ago, I went to Bali and I saw this massive mountain on the horizon. And we decided that we were going to book a trip to climb it. And it's called Mount Agung. So they wake us up at midnight and we get in a bus and we have to go to the mountain at midnight and climb through the night, right? It was crazy. And so from 1 o'clock in the morning, all through the night, we've got this tiny little headlamp on and we're climbing and we're scratching and we're going up the side of the mountain. And finally we get up there about 6 a.m. and I'm like, I didn't even realize why we were climbing through the night. It hadn't even occurred to me, why would we be doing it like this? And then finally we get up the top and I realize, this is why we're doing it at 6 a.m. because the sun comes up at 6 a.m. So we get to the top of the mountain and the sun comes up and it's glorious. The air is thin, it's crisp, it's just incredible. And it's cold, right, which is rare in Bali. And then the sun lights up Bali and I can see all of Bali and all of the glimmering sea and it was just beautiful. I'm standing there and I'm just loving it, taking it in, and we put eggs in the hole and the volcano steam cooks the eggs. And then I look onto the horizon and there's this thing called Mount Ranjani. I say to the guide, what's that mountain over there? He goes, that's Mount Ranjani. I go, is that on the island of Bali? He goes, no, that's on a different island. I go, how do you get there? You've got to catch a ferry. How many days does it take? You've got to go for 3 days. How long does it take to climb? It takes about this much time. Is it higher or lower or blah, blah, blah? How much is it? Can I book through you? And he says, Mr. Daniel, you need to appreciate the mountain you're standing on right now. Right? Puts his arm around me. You need to learn to appreciate the mountain you're already standing on. So when I was standing on that mountain, I could see everything but the mountain, right? I'm looking around the horizon, I'm seeing all this, I'm seeing the mountain on the thing, but I couldn't see the mountain that I was already standing on because I was too close to it. So the biggest thing that people miss in today's world is that they're already standing on a mountain of value. They've already got so much value, but they're so distracted by the mountain on the horizon. They go, Stephen Bartlett, he's already so much further ahead. He creates podcasts. I could never do that, right? Or they go, I saw this person who's really good in my industry and they wrote a book and I could never write like that. Or, I don't know if I've got anything of value to share. Some people have floated a company for $1 billion and I've only just started, right? What am I going to share? And what they miss is that every single person, your story is relevant. Your background is relevant. The people that you know is part of the mountain of value. Your relatability is part of the mountain of value. You're losing your relatability because as you go so high, people just starting out can't even comprehend how to get there. So someone in the middle is going to take a place that you previously occupied because they're more relatable. They're only 2 steps ahead, not 20 steps ahead. So every single person has this mountain of value, but the biggest thing at the moment is the distraction of all the other stuff. And you're so close to your own mountain of value, you can't see it. So the first thing I love to do is just put my arm around people and say, please learn to appreciate the mountain you're already standing on.
It's so true.